Oh, there it goes. Everybody, look up and watch out. It's Keep Up with Still Insane. I'm here with the rest of the Keep Up crew. I got my comrades and cohorts. They're all over the fucking place. We got Neil, we got Harry, we got John, and we got our special guest. Let's get into some motherfucking shout-outs.
It's time for some motherfucking shout-outs.
Oh, come on!
All right. Let's get into our special guest shout-out. Please, Ricky, future Ricky Austin, tell us who your shout-out is.
Well, first I'm going to have to shout out my boy Elvis Now Presley. Definitely has been keeping me very in tune with the camera work and just pushing me to go to the next level. So I always will I mess with him, fuck with him. That's my guy, Elvis Now Presley.
Oh, nice, man. That's a great shout out. I am actually pretty jealous, man. I need a fucking cameraman. I've been trying to get Harry to be my cameraman. All he did was just leave his camera here. That's all he did.
But then COVID happened.
Right. And one of our episodes is called DIY. DIY, do it yourself. That's what he meant. He was like, here you go, Vince. Do it your fucking self.
Gung ho it. There you go.
Right. No, I definitely can appreciate that, especially with content creation. You always need somebody. You always need people like that in your corner and people like you. So let's get it.
What the fuck happened?
Really, nigga?
All right. Hail Mary Trap Edition. And the reason why I say this is my man from the Friday movies, Ice Cube. He didn't endorse Trump, but he definitely came out with his, what is it called? It was called, oh, damn, that is really a shame. So let's move on from Cube real quick. We have 50 Cent being called out by Chelsea Handler. Saying like he was against the 62%, which was fabricated, by the way. That's not a real tax stat for Biden. He was upset with the 62% tax increase. There was like a graphic or something like that he was making. Did anybody see that?
Not at all.
And then 50 Cent said that he was going to vote for Trump. And then Chelsea Handler was like, did you forget that you were black? And obviously that's very controversial. You can't be telling a white person, a Jewish white person, can't be telling somebody on TV, did you forget you were black? Did you forget that Biden already said that? Did you already forget that he said that on Charlemagne the God? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. No more of that, guys. None of that shit. It's almost like blackfacing nowadays, man. You can't just be like, white people can't call other black people Uncle Tom. That's just not, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. That's in my opinion, at least. I don't know about everybody else. Anyway, so like I said, Ice Cube, he had a promise to Black America. That was, I believe his plan. And he has been trying to push that agenda for a while. It is to federalize the crime, make it a felony for lynching, to fund the historically Black colleges for 10 years, up to like $500 million. Make Juneteenth, when slavery was actually finally ratified. So that's the actual day that slaves were really, really free. It wasn't just like when slaves were freed during Abraham Lincoln or Andrew Jackson. There was an actual date, June 19th. I forgot the actual date. It was near like the Tulsa riots. And then I think there's one more thing that's on the promise. So he took that and then he made it to the platinum plan. And that's where Trump made it into the platinum plan. And so there was a tweet that Ice Cube was not supporting Trump, but he was basically saying that the Biden team ignored him when he tried to bring that up. And Trump actually took elements out of his plan and made a plan. He also went on to bash Cardi B. He was just like, everybody, like Biden's team wanted to talk to Cardi B. I love Ice Cube. I love every Friday movie. I love all his albums. I love MWA. But Cardi B has Album of the Year. Cardi B has the fucking Grammy that he's never gotten. So I don't know what he's talking about, that she's not like somebody qualified. Like, why is he qualified? He's an entertainer just like her.
Actually,
you know
I think I can chime in on that one.
Please.
Because, Ice Cube has definitely been one to push for reform and like policies for a very long time. He's been doing it like almost his entire career. I mean, the entire NWA meaning, is there. It is right there. But just because I think what he was saying when it came to the Cardi B thing was about like how they would take someone who's just popular, who repeatedly has said that she doesn't exactly know what the fuck is like really going on. She's getting to it, but that they took her, someone who doesn't really have like a real plan or anything like that, and didn't take him, someone who came with the plan, someone who came with like a real outcome, a real solution, other than just like Trump as a racist. It's like, all right, cool, fuck that. What are the plans to make sure that if a racist does come into power, how can we protect ourselves? How can we better support the Black community? So I can't be mad at him for going to Trump and talking to Trump, because it's like he came to someone who is in power with a plan that actually helps us out. So him not endorsing him and him coming to him with a plan and him having a conversation with the other side, right? So to say, I think that's smart. And I think that's something that we have to do because white people are in power, especially the racist white people. So if we need to have those conversations with them, then we got to take those conversations with them. Like we need to do what we got to do. So,
oh man, you were more than right. But I do have one question though. I have one pushback question. He did admit that he disregarded an attempt from Kamala Harris, to talk to him about the promise of Black America. What do you think about that?
I think
he said, but my bad. He said, the reason why I ignored her is because I actually wanted to get something done.
Okay, so that was definitely his own personal bias. But I also think, I
agree with you though. Everything you said, he is intricate, and he does, but he's also almost 60 years old. Cardi B's like 25.
Yeah.
You know
like, who's gonna listen to what you have to say? But
they do. But that's a reason why Cube is so accomplished. He's lived a lot longer than Cardi B. That's what I'm saying.
That is also true. But like when it comes to like getting the younger generation who don't even know any of ice cream, they don't even know freaking today was a good day. Like you feel me?
That's a shame. That should be a felony.
Like I agree. Like they don't even know. And so like when they see Cardi B, they'll tune in. They'll get the views, they'll get the eyes, and that's what's important. Getting more young people to vote and get more into this. But him being biased to Kamala Harris, and I think I understand why, because of her whole like prison reform and things of that nature.
And he is a California resident, so he would know better.
100%. So I mean.
You might even be in tune with the endorsement of the Platinum Plan by another rapper, Mr. Tunichi, Mr. Lil Wayne, Wheezy. What do you think about that? Now, I don't want to and of course, we're the purple. We love the purple pill lifestyle, even Elton John does. So we're not saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't give a fuck what's in your cup. But why should we give a fuck about what Lil Wayne said, especially when he said "fuck BLM" just like a few years ago?
Yeah. So Lil Wayne's another fucking idiot. So like he
Ice Cube I like. I'm not calling Ice
stuff in his cup.
But Lil Wayne, yes.
Stuff in the cup.
He's a very smart guy. He graduated college while he was doing it. He did his thing, right? But when it comes to politics, he has repeatedly missed the mark. Like he is, and so then when he does speak, he does things that are like against the things that we need or that a large number of our community feels like we need. It's like saying like "fuck Black Lives Matter" and saying like when he does speak, it's like you motherfucker. And so then you go in and then you endorse Trump. So it's like you're so counterintuitive, and it's like you're such a staple in our community. It's like where's your brain at, man? Like if you truly feel a certain way, you need to at least be understanding that you need to have all the knowledge first before you say something like "fuck Black Lives Matter." Like you need to be smart. So him endorsing the Platinum Plan, I don't really care what he has to say, honestly, because he has repeatedly shown and told that he doesn't care about politics, and now he decides to jump in. Why? What is it about what's going on that you decide to jump in now? What are you benefiting from it? So that when it comes to that, now I don't want to hear your point of view, because now you're only in it to benefit from something. And it's obvious, the money.
People are trying to hop on the bandwagon of politics now. It's way more in happening than it used to be. Before, no one was big on politics until Trump was running for a second term. Even the first term, people were like, "Yo, we can't have this guy." It's basically which old guy is better at this point. It's funny how the two nominees are older than the past three presidents. Like now, they are way older than the people who used to be presidents back in like 2000. It's like,
Yeah, and the average American is around 28 years old. I forgot where I got that stat. I think it was like Politico or something like that. So it's not even indicative of like the average age of the country. The average age of the country, because of the mixed in with millennials, Generation Z, and even with the new generation, I think it's Alpha. I think that's the new generation after Z.
Jesus, is another one?
Right? Alpha, Beta, we're going.
Well, they only started it with the silent era. I think like it only started like I believe in the first. So it's only been like this last century. I know you're right, but it's going to keep going. Just like a hurricane.
We ran out of numbers. We got to go to letters now.
Yeah. So the average age of everybody is pretty much 28 years old. So then you're right. We have people that are basically our great grandfathers running the country. It doesn't matter, woman, man, and which there need to be more women in Congress. But even the women that are in Congress, Dianne Feinstein, Pelosi, they're fucking old as fuck. And then the people that are young, AOC, Presley, Ilhan Omar, all those people, not that they're not getting heard, but they're getting lambasted by the same party that they're a part of. So how can you get those? It's just too much infighting. So to wrap, oh my bad, go ahead.
My fault. I think
no.
I think the biggest problem, and this will always remain the problem, is that we don't learn this shit in school.
No.
We have no idea about any of this stuff. We know like that there are 3 different branches, but we don't learn that like the presidential election is more than just Trump and Biden. There are so many more people we elect in those papers. I've talked to people who literally like have gone to the polls and be like, yo, I have no idea who the fuck I voted for when it came to those other things. I just picked a name that sounded like a nice name. And I was like, damn, bro. Like,
well, don't do that because then you'll vote for Kanye West.
Yeah, exactly. That's a cool ass fucking name. That's the coolest name.
It is a cool name. I love
name.
Kanye. I don't give a fuck, man. I won't vote for him, but I will definitely go to any of his concerts.
Anytime any of his concerts.
I'm all about it.
I'm not voting for that crazy maniac, but I definitely love all his music, 100%.
All his music. I don't give a fuck. I will go to concerts to the day he dies. I don't give a shit. He's the man. He is the man.
But people forget about the legislative branch, which is like the main that's where the laws come from.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's where it is. Yeah, so it's like, hey, you got. I mean, I don't know my fucking, the Democrats
Civics.
or like the small term. When I vote Democrat all the time, like AOC, I always vote for her just because I know who she is. Yeah.
Well, she runs your borough, man. She runs your district. She's the shit. No, I totally agree with everything you said, Ricky. You hit it right on the head. So we can move on. Actually, that's not bad. And I don't even mean to trash Cube and even Kanye. Like I know that he's bipolar again. I don't. Oh, and I said this to someone. I mentioned this to you guys. Not to say that this helps anybody think that I'm non-biased, but somebody was like that I'm like too pro Biden or something like that, which I hate Biden. I've told you guys this a million times. I'm not a fan of Biden whatsoever. So I said to this person, this is how much I hate Trump. I would rather Ted Cruz be president and have a red Congress and a red Senate and a whole red Supreme Court than have Trump in office. That's what I said. I was like,
agreed.
I was like, I'll take that whole sea of red just to get rid of that motherfucker. I was like, that's how much I hate that dude.
Give me that fruit punch. Give me that.
Exactly. That fruit that Barack Obama Hawaiian punch. All right, so let's move on because I don't really think that's much happening other than in politics. We're about to go vote.
Go vote, November 3rd.
Exactly.
If you watch this Tuesday before you go vote, go and fucking vote.
That's true. And episode this is episode 84, episode 85. We won't have a new president, but we'll be well on our way because they're going to be counting those votes for a couple of weeks, guys.
Especially the mail-in ballots too.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess. Alabama, Wisconsin, Michigan. There's a lot of states that are barring people from voting. Basically, the mail-in voting, the deadlines to count the votes 6 days before, 6 days after. All time, Florida. It's going to be a mess. So whatever. We're moving on.
La 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 la. What the fuck did I hear?
This is the music portion, guys. And Harry and I usually go to Spotify and we find new releases that we like or things that we're really enjoying listening to. So, Harry, tell us what you've been listening to.
So, recently I've listened to the song Come Together by Black Thought, J.Period, and Zion. It takes a sample from Come Together from the Beatles, and it's very chill, very mellow. I've been listening to Discover Weekly lately, or recently. To get I
was wondering
songs.
How the Roots got in there. Nice, Harry.
That's another one. I totally forgot I put that in there. But I got another song I listened to was Highway by LES. It's L-E with a dollar sign. I don't know. It's like Ty Dillerson and shit like that,
Oh, shit.
Breakfast by Old Man Saxon was pretty dope that I recently...
You really put me on because I don't know any of these people. Nice.
I never heard of these people until they're playing.
Nice. You're putting us on. We're keeping up. We're keeping the motherfucking up.
And then there was Good Vibes by Jeff Skigh, I want to say is how you pronounce his name, but I'm not sure. And David Aaron.
I'm going to go with Skigh. I'm going to have to go with Skigh.
All right. Yeah. You guys will read it in the comments. It'll be there. These are all, these are all pretty chill, dope beats to listen to. One of them is like aggressive, but like a chill type of aggressive is like when you're really high and you want to jam out, but you don't want to move.
On Spotify to listen to these guys. Go ahead.
It's where you don't want to, it's where you want to jam out, but you don't want to move. That's a pretty good one. Right. That's basically all I've listened to this past week.
Okay. Unfortunately, I had a busy week, but I did know that Ariana Grande came out with a new album. It's her 6th studio album. I'm a big fan, actually. I do like her. I've liked her last few albums. She's a great... I actually compare her to Mariah Carey, not because she does have a powerful voice, but because of like the hip-hop vibe, because of the intermix of hip-hop in her music. Mariah Carey actually is black. Ariana Grande pretends to be black. That's like
she's Italian. Italians are dark
that ain't
skinned.
black. It's still not black. If you need to go to a tanning salon, you're not black. If you need bronzer, you're not black. So, and actually, Mariah Carey's book is out now, and I heard it's doing very well. Like I heard, and she voices it, she sings on it, and I heard like everybody's shocked at like how much like history she brings to it and shit like that, because her family actually, I think, it comes from like Venezuela. Like their slave, like her dad comes from like a lineage of slaves from like Venezuela and stuff like that, and they have like a lot of history behind them. So be on the lookout. I forgot what the name of their book is. Actually, I can look that up too. Ricky, do you have any? You actually make music. Could we highlight some of your music that you've made?
I don't make any fucking music.
No way. No, come on. No more.
I know he needs to come back out with his raps, man. Slacking on us.
So tell us like some real quick some highlights of what you were doing with your music, man. Like what were like what were the highs of music making?
So it was really fun in high school, you know, making the music with Rich and Johnny and Greg. Rest in peace, Greg. It was fun making music with them, but they weren't so serious about it. So I said, all right, I'm just do this thing by myself. And that's when I met Elvis, not Presley, you know, back to the shout out.
That's right.
He recorded my first music video, and it was really fun. But I realized while doing that stuff, like all I cared about was like making the music so that way I could like make a video, because all I cared about was a video. And I didn't realize that the entire time I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I wanted to be behind it. And it was like a great revelation that like I don't want to do music. I don't care about making the music. Like, sure, it's fine. People will fuck with me, whatever. But like,
it's not a great way to learn, though.
Yeah,
that's a great way to learn.
By doing it, you know.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I went to Texas, to South by Southwest in Austin, Texas.
Jealous. I've never been. I want to.
That was really fun. I did a couple of shows, and all I could think about was just like the video, you know. And that trip really made me realize that like I want to make just like dope videos. So that's what
are your favorite? Wow, they don't really. Music videos are kind of extinct now. Like you have to like go to Vimeo or wherever, like YouTube. They don't really have that much on MTV or VH1. So who? And I know because you like music video. That's why I'm asking you this question. Because I know there's some people that you already have in mind.
Oh yeah, got it.
Who are your favorite music video directors?
Okay, so I made all right. It goes back to like the same classics that I think anyone would like recognize, like the Hype Williams and the people.
Of course, that's always number one. Number one.
The people of that, that's just because like watching Michael Jackson videos, like the Scream video was like so freaking amazing.
Oh, hell yeah!
Integrated anime and space and freaking it was black and white. Yeah. And so now
it was actually one of the. I think it's still top 5 most expensive videos ever made.
100% still top 5. So now. Now you know that the cameras have changed and things have become much more accessible. I've been watching Gunna's music videos.
Nice, I love Gunna. Oh my god, great artist.
All his music videos are like different.
He produces them.
I'm not sure if he produces them, but I know he has a hand.
My bad. Yeah, no, he's
he
great.
Definitely has a hand in the directing of it, and like
and I love Afro beats, man. I love all that shit.
Each video is like different. It's not just him rapping on the street somewhere. Like it's like the effects are different. The theme is different. Like he's actually putting some effort into his videos, and so I'm like,
that's a good one.
I'm fucking with it. So like the especially the last couple of videos he did, Gunna. If you haven't been watching Gunna videos, you should definitely go check them out.
No, he's a good artist, man. You gotta listen to him.
They're amazing.
Nice. All right, good one. So. Adele, I don't really have that much. I just know that Adele hosted, and her album hasn't come out yet. That's why there was a lot of buzz around that. They thought that she was going to premiere new music. There's a reason why there's so much hype behind her. She still owns a record for resale tickets. So that means, not to you guys, my bad, the audience. That means that like when it hits StubHub, it's automatically $600. Automatically. That's the first ticket. She owns the record for $600 being the first ticket on StubHub or any other resale. So if you want her to, like, if you didn't get it on like Ticketmaster and something like that, you're probably going to pay more than you ever wanted to pay.
Jesus.
So that's how much in demand that fucking chick is. And with all the concentration on her weight loss and shit like that. So there was a lot of, and on top of that, actually, and I love Adele, don't get me wrong. She's super, super talented. She's actually probably more talented than her, but I actually enjoy her better. And her debuted some of her songs from her new album called Damage. It hasn't debuted yet, but her new song Damage is dope. I love, I actually forgot her real name. I think her name is Rachel or something like that. Rachel, I forgot her real name. But her, keep doing it, girl. You're the best. I love her. Anybody else a fan of her?
Definitely.
Or Adele?
Her name is Gabriella Wilson.
Gabriella Wilson. And there's a story about that, by the way. When she was a music artist in the beginning in her teens, that was her stage name, her actual name. And then her album, the same album, she re-released it and changed her name and put the sunglasses, the same album, just rebranded it with her. And it took off. So, and I know you can attest to that, Ricky, like, sometimes branding is so important. It's so important. If you have the wrong branding, if you have the right branding, it's all the difference.
Branding and marketing, 100%.
Absolutely. All right, so we can move on.
What the fuck did I want?
Bond. James Bond.
Rest in peace, Sean Connery. He's 90 years old.
I'm not surprised he died. 90 years old.
Right, shaken, not stirred. He is probably the best Bond of all time. Actually, we can ask that question real quick. Is anybody a fan of any of the Bond movies?
I think Daniel Craig looks so weird, but it works. It works.
Right.
You know, it works with him. Like, definitely not better than Sean Connery, because he's just such a classic Bond. Like, you know, like when you think of Bond, you think of his smoothness. But like, I think Daniel Craig's doing a very good job of like having like the manly toughness, you know, like of like getting beat down, getting fucked up. Sean Connery was very like smooth and just like, you can't touch me, bro. Like, I'm just pound, you know, like. I think Daniel Craig's doing a good job.
He is, and this will be his last one. I think it's like the 50th Bond ever, and they pushed the release back a few times. They have to.
Yeah,
that movie was too expensive to make. They can't just like put it on VOD, man. They would fucking lose so much money.
Lose so much millions.
Does anybody have a favorite Bond movie before we move on to the movies that we've watched this week? Does anybody?
Do I have I don't have a favorite, no.
That's cool. That's okay. No worries. I'm just asking a question. No worries. My favorite, I think, is still GoldenEye. And I do agree with Ricky. I think my favorite is still Sean Connery. I don't, and a fun fact, Sir Ian Fleming, he did not want, I think that's him, right? Or am I? Oh, yeah, Sir Conan Doyle is Sherlock Holmes. And Sir Ian Fleming is, I think so. My bad. I probably got that wrong. Harry, if you want to correct me, that'd be great. But anyway, the family, oh, man. Actually, it's actually a worse name than that, to be honest. But anyway, the family that owns the rights to James Bond, the author, the people that own the rights to James Bond, they were upset that Sean Connery was casted because they were like that. They were strict about him being British and not Scottish. They were very upset about that. So even when they talked about Idris Elba and they talked about a lot of other people taking the role, that would even make them even more upset. Because, you know, if you're racist against Scottish people.
Imagine.
Exactly.
Get anybody else.
Right. So how wrong was I, Harry? How wrong was I?
They don't really say who it is. They just give me like the production team.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's like Eon Productions Limited, and
it's a family that owns the rights now, but I forgot who the author was of the series of James Bond. That's okay. No worries. Let's move on real quick. You can interrupt if you want later. And also, Harry got us information on Mimi. It is the meaning of Mariah Carey. Check that out on Audible. I suggested on Audible because, like I said, she sings and she gives a good curation on the history of her family back from Venezuela. Very cool. So, The Witches is on HBO Max. It's actually not even a reboot. It's they did it their own style, to be honest. It's not even really derived from the book either. I read the book from Roald Dahl, and I saw the movie from, I think, 1990, I believe.
Yeah, it came out a while ago.
With Angelica Houston. Have you guys seen the original Witches, both of you?
Yes,
I have.
Nice.
Definitely.
And again, we didn't mention this before. We all went to the same high school, same Jackson Heights experience, and so Roald Dahl is we're all definitely familiar with that author. They definitely drilled that into, but he's great. He's a good author anyway, so it's all good. Anne Hathaway is in the new version. The old version was with Angelica Houston, which I think is the superior version still. I'm a big fan of the first one, the original. And I did not like this one. This one was pretty good. Octavia Spencer is amazing. She was really, really good in this, to be honest. She was very good. Not to be surprised, she's an Oscar-winning actress. But she was really good in this. Anne Hathaway was a little disappointing. And she, I think, is a better actress than Octavia Spencer. But Octavia Spencer blew her out the water. And not to say that they were like saying to themselves, "This is going to be my award-winning performance in The Witches."
Yeah, it's definitely not.
It was good. So you saw it, Harry? You liked it?
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. The twist at the end was kind of nice. where they expand. Like I remember at the end of the first movie, it just ended where he's a mouse now and they live happily ever after.
Oh, there's an end credit. Yes.
Yeah, they like continue off on it, which I thought was pretty cool. Like you said, it's definitely not better than the original. The original definitely has. I feel like the plot works better. This seems like they're just going through the steps in order to get all this shit to happen. But it was still definitely. It's like definitely a great movie. It was still good. Yeah, for sure.
It was pretty good. The big difference from the first one, the mouse the pet mouse that he had did not talk. It didn't have a female voice. I think that's Kristen Chenoweth that did the voice of that. Chris Rock did the narration. I forgot who did the narration of the first one. The assistant is the one that turns him back at the end. I don't even think he turns back in the end at all. I think he just
never turned back at the end. Even in the original, he never turned back.
No, in the original he did. Yeah, he did. He comes out of the house. Yeah. The assistant that was at Angelica Houston, she left. And then at the very end, when they did all the traveling, they came back and he was in the dollhouse and she did the spell from the yard and he's like all butt naked out of the fucking thing with his grandmother. That shit was that weird. I know. Yeah, that was weird. But anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a good movie. Welcome to Blumhouse. That is an anthology series from Blumhouse Productions. I think it's owned by Eli Roth. He has some equity in it at least. But it's a horror production company. They came out with Evil Eye, The Lie, Black Box, and Nocturne. Evil Eye is just about this woman that was like abused by a former boyfriend. Her daughter is now going out with someone that she thinks was reincarnated from the former abusive boyfriend. That shit is crazy.
Sheesh, what the fuck?
Exactly. The Lie is about this girl that is going to a dance competition with her dad, and she gets jealous because the daughter, maybe the friend, is hitting on the dad, and then she ends up killing the girl on the trip, and the parents have to do it, and the parents are trying to cover up the whole movie. It's fucking nuts. And again, they're supposed to be horror, but they're not really. They're like suspenseful thrillers, pretty much. Black Box is about this dude. Felicia Rashad is in it. She's very good in it from the Cosbys. She is a doctor, and this person gets into a car crash, and the person they think when he came out of the coma, they think that she put someone else's brain into him, and now that person is fighting in between and trying to keep him trapped. That shit was nuts. And one more, Nocturne is basically about Ashley Sweeney. Alison Sweeney. She's from Euphoria. She's got really big tits. She's also from Everything Sucks. She's fucking hot as hell. But anyway, so she's battling her.
Really big.
Oh man,
tits.
she's so hot. I guarantee she's on board Pornhub. Guaranteed. She showed her tits.
Fucking Mr. Skins.
Oh my god, so hot. What's that other one? AZ or something like that. Like they got the jihadists being like this, like shame on her. Right? They'd be like the infidels, and I'm like, what kind of site is this? A Celebrity AZ. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, Celeb Jihad. I think it's what it is.
Celeb Jihad. That's what it's called. That's what it's called.
It's the free Mr. Skins.
But basically, I think they're twin sisters, and they're battling it out to go to Juilliard, and one is pretty mediocre, but then the other one finds like this book, like this like pretty creepy book that this other girl committed suicide from, but she actually got really good at like music. So she takes that book and it ruins everything. It ruins her relationship with her sister, all types of things, all to become really good at music. So anyway, those are the 4 movies. Come to Daddy. If Elijah Wood, if there was an award for the most weird movies an actor has played in, Elijah Wood would take it, like, by far. Come to Daddy is a fucking weird-ass movie. It's about this, I'm not going to tell you the whole thing, but it's about this dude. He gets an invitation from his dad that he hasn't seen in 20 years. He's going and he's bonding, blah, 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 and he finds out that it's not his dad that he's bonding with. It's this guy that's trying to rob his dad, and his dad is actually being taken hostage.
Oh,
shit gets crazy from there. Good movie. It's called Come to Daddy. The Haunting of Bly Manor is the 2nd season of The Haunting at Hill House. That did very well, by the way, so don't take my opinion. I thought that shit was trash. That shit was a terrible, terrible fucking show. I watched it, but it has like a 95 rating on like Rotten Tomatoes. It has like an 8.5 on fucking IMDb. I'm definitely in the minority with that.
Yeah, ratings mean nothing.
Man,
ratings mean nothing because people are so like in love with Titanic. I fucking hate that shit. That movie's whack.
That movie was dope though. But I get what you're saying. Anyway, so The Haunting of Bly Manor is about these 2 children. Their parents die, Their housekeeper dies, and the souls that died try to enter in and out of the kids' bodies in order to try to like live
in this plane
eternally. So that's not the whole plot, but like you get to see a bunch of. I didn't ruin anything, by the way. You'll definitely get your full vegetables watching this.
Right.
This is a real good. It's a real good show, guys. Like if you like the first one, you'll like this way better, in my opinion. And if you didn't like the first one, give this one a shot because this one has nothing to do with the first one. It only has like two of the same actors from the first one, Carla Gugino and the other woman, the youngest daughter. Moving on. Did anybody see that, by the way? Am I missing anybody?
Cool,
that's cool. Rebecca has Lily James in it. It's another one with Armie Hammer. She and also the actress from Handmaid's Tale. It's called Rebecca, like I said. Is about this. She just accompanies this rich person, this rich socialite. She falls in love with this other guy, Armie Hammer. He's really rich, and she knows nothing about him and shit like that. And she finds out that like everything she does is basically like his deceased wife. And the housekeeper that is in this big ass mansion was like in love with the former wife. So she does everything in her power to try to like destroy the new wife. It's crazy. So it's kind of like Monster-in-Law, but with a housekeeper. So then we got On the Rocks with Tashida Jones. That is the daughter of Quincy Jones. She's so hot. She's so great. Rashida, sorry, I said Tashida. Wow.
Yeah, Rashida. Like another dog, and I'm like, wait a second.
I know, my bad.
Right? Yo, Rashida is fucking, her eyes are spectacular.
She's amazing. I love her. I love her too. Oh my God. She not even just a good actress. She's a great producer.
Yes.
That Victoria Justice show.
Yes.
She's killing it. She's
Hot
awesome.
Girls Wanted. She's doing it.
Yes. I remember when I saw her on Chappelle's show in like 2003 or something like that for the first time when she did Kobe.
To this day, I still do that.
Chappelle's coming to Netflix. Dave Chappelle's coming to Netflix. That's news.
Right. I know it's coming back. And I think it's going. There's another streaming.
He has like a whole deal with Netflix.
Yeah, well, he's been on Netflix for a while, but there's a new streaming service that's going to be I think it's HBO MAX. HBO MAX is going to have Chappelle's show now too. So we got a few more. Oh, so On the Rocks is with Bill Murray, Rashida Jones. And basically, Bill Murray is her father, and she suspects her husband, Marlon Wayans, is cheating. And so they go on this whole adventure to find out if he's cheating or not. And it's crazy. I was watching my grandmother, and my grandmother was like, he's not. And I'm like, yes, he is. That motherfucker's dirty. Get that motherfucker. So like the whole movie, it's like team cheating and team not. And you got to find out like right at the end if like one of you are right. It's good. It's actually pretty good. It's on Apple TV Plus. Harry, tell us about Batman: Death in the Family on Amazon Prime.
There's so you might all know about the comic book graphic novel about Batman with Death in the Family, with the death of Jason Todd and all that. So this is not really like that story. It's basically I don't know if you guys saw Under the Red Hood. It's basically Batman doing a therapy. Yeah, it's basically Batman talking to somebody who gets revealed later, but it's obvious who it is. Like it makes sense at the end. And he's just going on about like his mental, like he's just processing the whole what happened in Under the Red Hood about Jason Todd, about how he feels like a failure, how he couldn't go through it again. Like it was like his son who's died and comes back. And there's a bunch, so it's a short, and they have other like I guess D-list Marvel DC characters on there too.
Disrespectful, Harry. So disrespectful.
I'm a Marvel. Look at that. That's all Marvel. There's a little bit of DC. All right, Batman's right there. Anyway, but yeah, so then they have like a bunch of shorts.
All the Twitch twats are getting real moist over that,
right? But yeah, moist. So they had Sergeant Rock, where he was like some military guy who's like his army got like destroyed, and then he's like fighting with like vampire, like with Dracula, Frankenstein, and like the werewolf.
Dracula ended up in Batman. Oh shit!
Well, no. This is like they're just a bunch of shorts, so they have different like characters, so they're not like connected in any way. Another one was they had The Stranger, and then Death. That was my favorite one in that whole little like series. It had like
so it was like an anthology series also.
It's just like a bunch of shorts put together. If that's an yeah, there you go. Yeah, see, big words. I don't know big words.
Like Black Mirror or like those are anthology series.
Yeah,
they don't have to be congruent in a story. They're just a bunch of like short stories.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, DC, we have these characters too. You want to watch?
That's dope.
It's basically,
That's dope.
Definitely, it was like $2 on. Not even, it was $1 to rent on Prime.
So tell us what you know about Are you into anime at all, Ricky?
What?
What? Oh, good. So both of you can
One piece
talk about
homie
it.
over here.
My bad. I'm not really into it. So both of you, please talk about Sony trying to buy up Crunchyroll.
Oh yeah, so they're trying to
I think it's a smart
less
move on
than
their part
$1
because
billion. Oh my bad, I froze.
Don't interrupt, Ricky.
Sorry, my
continue.
My laptop froze for a sec. So yeah, they're trying to spend $1 billion to get the rights to Crunchyroll. They also have Funimation right now as well. So maybe they could be nice and connect those together, one streaming. Because I'm trying to watch Dragon Ball Z from the beginning, and I can't find that shit anywhere, not even on Crunchyroll.
And then before we get to Ricky, his analysis doesn't HBO Max have Crunchyroll also, but it's not very good though. I heard they have a limited catalog.
It's whack.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It's whack. I wouldn't even bother. Fuck Crunchyroll and HBO Max. They got they got popular shows that you don't really know about. It's all the little baby shows that people
gotcha.
the small fan bases and shit. Yeah.
It's for people who probably for people who aren't really into anime like that, but they want to watch a couple of the big names or something like that. Or
it's good introduction, yeah.
Yeah, introduction to anime. I don't think that was very smart on HBO Max's point. If you're going to go through with it, go all the way through with it. Acquire it so that way you can get to go. Because Crunchyroll has so many animes, but they don't have everything as well either. I mean, so Kiss Anime is still relevant.
What's it called? Kiss Anime?
Kiss Anime, yeah, it's a pirate site. There's a bunch of pirate sites that are still needed because these platforms don't have everything. Funimation doesn't have everything. But I think it's a very smart move on Sony's part to get into Crunchyroll now because they're going to get crazier. And the only real thing I think they'll separate Sony, if they didn't want to purchase Crunchyroll, would be to have their own anime studio, how Netflix is doing and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a good move. It's smart.
Definitely, nice. Especially with the crazy anime popping up too.
Yeah.
Everyone loves anime. I even got a tattoo from an anime, so it's
I'm trying, guys. I tried Full Metal Alchemist. I'm not giving up. I tried Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Which one? Good
Brotherhood, and it's not getting me yet, but I'm not going to give up because I'm not going to give up, and I need to do Cowboy Bebop. There's a few that people recommended, and
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, please!
Those are the classics. Those are the big names. Those are the ones you want to watch. But that's not for someone who doesn't like anime or trying to get into it. That's not for you.
Oh, then put me on, man. Put me on.
You need to watch something that's short, bloody, and philosophical at the same time. And then you're oh, okay, I kind of like that one. Let me get
that Rashida Jones heavy flow.
You gotta watch something small, something that's new, something that's like Promised Neverland. It's 20 episodes, and it's
Promised Neverland. Oh shit!
It's about these kids who live on a farm, and they're the farm. They're the farm animals.
Oh, D. It's some Get Out shit.
Basically.
That's fucked up.
It's kids who live on a farm, they're having a great life, and they're the farm animals. And they they find out they're the farm animals.
Oh, shit. Joke's on you, motherfucker. You about to be a burger.
There was a book like that where there are a bunch of farm animals and shit. Animal Farm? Something
Animal Farm, yes.
Chicken Run.
Worse than Wells, I believe. Worse than Wells. Yes, that's a very good book. That's a high school type literature.
I highly suggest you write that one down, man.
No, I am because I've been struggling because I do want to get into it. It's a huge genre, and I'm fucking mad behind on it.
I got you.
I thought about Castlevania. You're right, but I'm only thinking about mainstream hits.
Castlevania is a fucking.
That's the way to go.
Oh, nice.
That's the way to go.
Behind, man. I'm mad behind. The only thing I really was into was Dragon Ball Z when I was younger. That's it. And
Beastars is another good one.
Which one?
Beastars?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like whatchamacallit. What's that movie with the Hops girl? The bunny? Zootopia. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
In that sense, where they're all humanoid animals, predator and prey and all that shit.
Okay, yeah.
It's very mature. It's very good.
So classic or not, both of you, classic or not, you could either tell me your top 3 or you tell me your number 1 anime of all time. Whichever one you want to do. If it's too much to tell me your top 3, that's fine. If it's too much to tell me your top 1, just pick either or.
I got this. This.
Cool. Ricky, you first. Go ahead, brother.
All right, so I'm not going to disrespect any of my animes by saying which one's 1, 2, 3.
Just go away. Just the 3, just in general.
I'm Cruz insulting the last samurai over here.
I'm going to give it just 3. So the first one off the top of the head is Samurai Champloo.
Ooh, I never heard that one.
That one got elements of hip hop, elements of like early Japanese history. It's about this girl trying to find her dad, and she's with one Ronin and one samurai, and like it's just fucking amazing. Like the music is amazing. Everything about it is just fucking amazing. The fights are bloody. They're great. Like that's like a good like 30 episodes or so, but it's jam packed. Like that one's a good one. So Samurai Champloo, that's one.
Okay.
Death Note, not the Netflix version.
Oh,
I've heard about Death Note. I know what you're talking about. You never heard of Death Note?
No, I heard of it. I heard about that one. That one, the first
original is phenomenal.
This one I heard about Death Note. Yes,
the original, not that bullshit that Netflix did. Like that was.
I will avoid the Netflix. I will avoid the Netflix one.
That made me throw up, honestly.
Oh shit!
I won't say what color,
motherfucker. No gagging.
I won't say what color the throw up was, but it was just that made me throw up. So like, that's a done fucking deal. And number 3 would have to be Durarara.
Yeah, they got some weird names anime sometimes.
It's very weird.
Shit.
But basically, it's about some teenage kids in Japan. They make like gangs, and it's like 3 gangs, and they're just beating the shit out of each other.
Yo, you
like,
got to give me a list, bro. I need a list.
I know. We need
more.
Yes.
I need more.
Bro, what else could I possibly give you that could probably wreck? Oh, Devilman. Devilman is a good one.
I heard of it.
I think I might have heard of that one.
Netflix did a good job. Devilman Crybaby. It's on Netflix. It's pretty good.
Netflix is great with international content.
They're doing a great. I mean, not when it comes to live action, but their anime is looking good. They got a new one called Blood of Zeus coming out.
Oh, you're talking about Japanese live action or Chinese?
Yeah, like their live action, like where they have like
gotcha.
actual person acting is terrible. But when they have the animation, they never miss.
That's hard to get the rights for, though. That's Asia.
They're making their own.
They don't play. They're
making their own. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. They don't trust Americans to make anything, and none of this shit. They would rather, and it makes sense because Hong Kong, Hollywood, Bollywood. To be honest, they don't tell that to Americans, and Americans will not accept this truth. Their actual movie industries are worth way more than ours.
Way more.
Especially South Korea.
Oh, Bollywood is like on top of that shit.
Beyond. It's like triple what Hollywood makes. We only concentrate because we have all the blockbusters.
Yeah.
But literally, even their little indie films make way more money than anything that we make.
Well, that's because. Oh, sorry, you go.
I saw some guy. He was like the movie was like he was like a Terminator basically, but he's like a good Terminator, and he had like fucking 50 heads, and he turned into a big ass ball.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, yo, Bollywood got this shit, bro. Like they know this. Yeah. Like it's super dramatic. Like they have a lot of effects. Like they're on top of their shit, man. Like I don't know.
And they don't care if they're famous in America. Like if you're famous in India or any of these countries, that's all you need to be. And that's fine. And they make just as much revenue. It's not like back in the day, like if you were like Shakira, or I'm going to music, my bad, Ricky Martin, or anybody that tried to be an international sensation. But actually a good point. But Bong Joon-ho, the guy that came out with Parasite and Okja, Snowpiercer. He's amazing. But like it took the last movie for everybody to really jump on him. And he didn't need to be an American director. He could have stayed in South Korea. He was doing just fine. Anybody De Niro fan over here?
Yes.
All right. He came out with a new movie. Supposedly, it was supposed to debut in 2018. There was a bunch of roadblocks, so now it came out this year. It's about this kid. His grandfather, Robert De Niro, moves inside his room. The mother is Uma Thurman, actually. So Uma Thurman tells her 9-year-old, I know she's still hot. She tells her 9-year-old, hey, grandpa needs to live with us and he's taking your room. And the dude has the best room in the house. He's like mad natural light and shit like that. I'd be tight too. So they actually go to war with each other, like over the room. and like on the side, they say, yo, don't snitch on each other. Like we're going to go to war. Like no collateral damage, all that. And it's just mad funny. It's actually a pretty good movie. What is, before we get out of here, what is your favorite De Niro movies, guys?
De Niro? Oh, shit.
Just one, so we can move on. Just one.
The one where he was with Anne Hathaway, where he was the intern.
Oh, the internship. Intern.
I like that one.
I didn't see that. I heard that was good.
It was very good. It's like he's basically he's retired, his wife passed away, and he really has nothing to do. And he like pretty much becomes a father figure to Anne Hathaway and like kind of helps balance her like whole entire life to where she becomes happier with her like family and shit. He starts to feel better about himself. And it's a great movie. Robert De Niro.
I would not expect you to go it's not a rom-com, but like it's got the rom-com.
Yeah.
not what I would expect, but I'm glad. Hey, that's a good movie.
It's a great movie. Yeah, he's good.
I forgot the name of the movie, but it's when he's like a mob boss and he freaking snitches. Yeah, no, it's not.
Family.
The Family.
That movie is phenomenal.
Oh, that is a good movie.
That movie, oh my God, the daughter
is so.
They were in
funny.
Europe, right? They were in Europe.
Yeah,
Michelle Pfeiffer. That was good.
They went to hide in like Italy.
That good.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was. Look at you guys. That was
right,
good.
That was a great.
I didn't expect
these
either one of
under
them.
like cut movies and stuff, and he's doing a bunch of like. I feel like it's his that people are like mad. Like he did that movie with Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman, where they're like just a bunch of old dudes. Where like you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I do. I forgot what
We're
that
like,
called.
yeah.
Bucket List or something. Not Bucket List. It was something like that.
Nah, it wasn't. Definitely wasn't Bucket List.
Well, Bucket List was him and that is Morgan Freeman. But you're right. It's something like that though.
But like, I feel like people got mad that he did that movie with them. It's like, yo, Robert De Niro made so many classics. He's allowed to make dumb shit now.
I got mad at him over that. That's crazy. I never heard that.
He's allowed to make dumb. And Bad Grandpa. No, what's the one with Zac Efron? Where he was with Zac Efron.
What the hell?
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. I thought That's crazy because I thought there was a Bad Grandpa with Johnny Knoxville.
That is the one. I'm mixing them up.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
it was
what
with, like he played a grandfather.
Yeah. Grandpa, I'm like, didn't somebody make this already? I was like,
he made a similar, with Zac Efron. That movie, like he's making like dumb movies now, but that's okay. He's old. No, he made so many classics.
Well, I don't even think it's just that he needs to stay relevant, and you can't just be in drama in your 60s. Actually, I think he's like almost in his 70s. Actually, I think he is in his 70s, to be honest. And he made a conscious choice, him and Alec Baldwin, to get into comedy to prolong their career, and it fucking boomed. And I'm gonna be the lame one. These guys came out with some gems.
77.
77.
God damn.
You guys came out with some gems. I'm gonna be the lame one. I'm gonna be fucking predictable, and I'm gonna have to say my favorite is probably Godfather Part 2.
Jesus Christ.
Right, exactly. I know, right? I went bad typical.
Right.
Fuck, I feel like a fucking lame-o. Anyway, moving on. What the fuck did I say?
Medium dry martini, lemon peel, shaken, not stirred.
This is the part of the show, the last part of the show, where we get to ask Ricky very uncomfortable questions. I'm joking. We already agreed we wouldn't. We're going to ask him about his brand. We're going to ask him his brand as a person, as a brand, as a professional, whatever is on the table as far as that's concerned. We want to get it straight from Ricky's mouth. Pause, no homo. Let's hear what he has to say. Tell us about you, Ricky. Tell us, first of all, the first question, what is a laser machinist?
Okay, so basically a laser machinist is just like a conventional machinist who makes things and works with various metals and all that type of shit. I just do everything from a laser. So I'm the guy that cuts everything out. I get the blueprints. I chop it down. So I'm really like a glorified button pusher, honestly.
And you're making signs, right? You're making signs for businesses. Like who's benefiting from your services?
Okay, so the MTA is one of our contracts. I won't say exactly who my company is, but the MTA.
You don't have to.
We make things for the MTA, something like the help point, where it's like someone's in danger, they can press the button, and they can have conversation. We also do we handle their screens that they use to do their ads on. The MTA does the ads. We make those screens for them. We upholster them. Omni is also coming out where you just tap and swipe and go. Like we're making those things too.
Oh yeah, I'm using that. I love that shit. That shit is dope.
So yeah, I literally make all those things.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Yes, every time I see one, I just think of all the overtime I do, and I'm just
it's like I don't even want to use this. Fuck this.
I don't want to touch this damn thing.
Fuck that.
I don't want to take the MTA anymore now. Like I use the e-bike. I use my e-bike, but now that it's getting cold, it's like screw it.
Yeah, no.
I'm glad I got a car.
I know. I want to move, man. That's my shit. I do want to
car's
bike.
in Cali. So
that's right. We got to ask you about that. What is your favorite city in Cali?
I'm gonna go with San Fran. San Fran. I lived in LA, but San Fran. Every time I went, I've been in San Fran like 3 or 4 times, and it's San Fran's it.
How long? Yeah, no, that's my favorite too, actually. How long did you live in LA?
I lived in LA for like almost a year or so. It wasn't that long. After high school, I went out there. It was fun. It was cool, but New York City has like such a tight hold on me that I came back.
Nice. What is your favorite content project you've worked on in the past?
All right, so right now I'm working on a bunch of things, but from the past, I think it was just fun just making like music videos and making little things for Instagram. That was cool, but now I'm starting to get to that part where I want to make a business and I want to make my own personal brand and help people at the same time and while taking care of my bills. And also, I think that's what I'm most excited about, the Purple Pill lifestyle.
Hell yeah. And that is a YouTube channel. Tell us that YouTube channel, please. It's just Purple Pill Lifestyle, right?
Purple Pill Lifestyle, where, we have all these dating coaches on YouTube and these red pill guys, and they tell you about how to be cold and all this stuff. But like, I feel there's a different perspective. There's guys out there who are in a relationship. They want to learn how to keep their relationship. There's guys who don't understand female nature. They need to understand. And honestly, it's all about just like male empowerment. Like, we need to like be better for ourselves. We also need to protect our women. We need to stop being stop touching women in the streets and shit like that. Like, these normal things that we think are just common sense. I think a lot of guys need to hear this shit. And I feel like I can be a voice, because a lot of people gravitate and ask me these questions anyway. So why not put it to a platform where everyone else can benefit?
Damn, that is awesome, man. You are fucking checking all the boxes when it comes to fucking projects. So yeah, what are things that you're working on currently? What is something you're really excited about that's happening in the future, that's unfolding? Please,
drum roll.
Get into it. I love it. Get into it. Get dirty, bro.
Get sinister.
So of course, men don't want to watch this guy just talk all damn day in front of their camera. They want to see somebody beautiful, reiterate and also beautiful. Explain, what I'm saying is actually in fact true. So I got a couple porn stars who are going to be mentioning on there.
Okay.
They'll be there soon, and I'm gonna make sure it comes out at the right time. And
but for now, just go on Pornhub.com and just look at your favorite 50 and just try to guess.
There you go.
There you go. Find some good moisture. We don't want blisters, folks.
Exactly. Once you get to tab 50, you're chapped.
Yeah, it means you gotta hit that X button right there.
Don't be that picky.
So imagine going to the 50th page. That's a lot.
Personally, I definitely.
This guy's never been to the 50th dimension. This guy.
Listen, man, I like to wait and see what's up.
You gotta curate your own experience, man. You gotta curate your own experience.
I'm not gonna waste my experience on just any little thing that just comes.
10 minutes.
Harry, the worst, man. The worst is like when you get that nut and you're just like, damn.
Why?
That bitch was ugly. That bitch was ugly. That was a waste of a nut.
That clarity is real, man. You gotta be careful.
You're like, she didn't take it all. Nah, take it back. Take it back.
Like, what the hell?
Fucking time travel. Like,
I'm excited for you, man. That's awesome.
Man, that's what the fuck. Like,
Whoa. Harry went to a porn convention. That's the closest
I did a few years ago, yeah. Bella Danger.
Oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. You said internist Howard Stern. Damn, that was so long ago. So
Bella Danger touched the outside of my dick, like above my pants.
Oh, she's hot, man. She got an ass.
She is. I touched her butt. I touched Gina Valentina's butt. I touched Riley Reed's butt, but then she got mad at me, and I apologized because I didn't know.
That's exactly why I don't jerk off to them anymore, because you touched them.
Yeah. No, they didn't touch them at first, but Riley, I didn't ask permission, and I see that's my bad, so I get it.
I see that's my bad.
I should have asked. I have to say, Janice Griffin was there, and I was upset I didn't get to see her. I was mad. Damn. She's my favorite, Janet Griffith. Her and Gina.
We interrupted the workflow of Ricky. Go ahead. Tell us more about these projects you got with the adult stars or anything.
All right, so the adult star thing is one thing. I'm also really working on a book. I'm deciding on the name, but it's basically about becoming a blue pill man to becoming an alpha male, and just doesn't have to be like a red pill. Just becoming like a real man, and just becoming like confident within yourself and being able to talk to women. And one of the main things, I guess I'm gonna put a little gem. I guess I'll say a little gem now. One of the gems I'm gonna talk about is how to get women to buy you drinks when you're out. I think a lot of men would love to know about the tactic and the way. There you go. So I'm trying to condense it into a book form so that it's teachable, so that and also for a price, of course. The game is to be sold, not told.
$15.99.
Yeah, we're trying to do that too. We're
seeing price points. Yeah, we're seeing price points now.
We got to monetize our shit, man. We can't do this for free forever, man.
100%. It's just about support thing.
We're independent media.
I know a book I'm going to have to buy now, so.
Yeah, we are.
I just got to support. I don't even need to read it. Just buy it. That's it.
Get you back to promote that book, man.
What sucks, though, is that, I heard that, only, the people that buy books and, e-courses, only, 7% of the people finish those things. And I don't want that. I want people to really read this whole thing. So I want to make sure that it's quick, it's short, but at the same time, it's detailed and it's beefy enough, and it keeps you interested to the whole thing. That's where I'm having the problem, because I'm not a real author, So I'm just trying to condense it and making sure that when you do get it, you do read it. You're like, all right, I'm going to keep reading because I'm learning, How much you get
Well,
paid?
I'm not mentioning anything that you already weren't thinking of. I guarantee that you're going to take snippets of your book and make it into video form.
Oh, of course.
And that's already funny already. Like just seeing someone try to maneuver their way to get a drink, which is not bad at all. Like women do this all the time and men do it. Men do it. It's just not documented. And I'm glad that you're actually highlighting it because there is a skill to that. They're definitely
100%.
I've gotten away with it myself.
There you go.
And, you have to, man. You got to squeeze these bitches out, man. But not the ones that are getting 70 cents on a dollar, but the ones that are getting more than you. Get some of that shit, man. Get some 100%.
of that shit. There's girls out there who are going on dates just for the free food. So it's like,
yo,
we gotta like level that playing field out a little bit. Like let's
let me get some free food.
I have definitely had women take me out, give me free food and all that. So
get yours, man. Hell yeah, man.
100%.
I mean, you successful, good looking dude. Get your fucking eat on with your fucking BBW,
right? Get them cougars and shit.
Eat some brunch and some brunch with you.
Some brunch, right? Eat up, mommy.
Right,
man. No, it sounds like you have something similar to Barstool Sports, Men's Humor, all that good stuff. But there is definitely a need for that. I just interviewed for a company. I'm not going to name the name like you guys. Black Wellness Company, and it is about actually it's starting off with mental health. They're going to get into general health later. It's actually founded by an NFL star, a former NFL star. Cool. We're excited to talk about this person. Well, talks with this person. Even if I don't get the job, it's actually a really cool project. And they focus on Black mental health. And so I know Ricky knows this, and a lot of people know this. Black men in particular are on the low spectrum for mental health as far as getting mental care. Jay-Z is reflected on this. Many artists, Big Sean, Kanye West, even with his bipolar battle, he has mentioned this. There's so many artists that have mentioned this. Black women, the mortality rate inside hospitals is astronomical. There's a lot of Black women that won't even go to the hospital because they're afraid they won't exit. They won't come out alive. And they have legitimate concerns about that. Even with the COVID, there's so many Black neighborhoods that are being decimated by this, and hypertension and high blood pressure and diabetes. The list goes on. So when he reached out to me and he wanted me to, talk about his digital operations, even consulting, I was excited because, like you said, even what you're talking about with the content you're going to bring out, there's a need for it, man. And I'm very happy you're doing that.
100%. 100%. At first, I thought it was saturated or something like that, but I said, people need to hear like the other side. People need to hear the other part, and especially when it comes to like health and like when it comes to what you put into your body and what you think all day. Like that's highly important. So that's why I'm here. That's why I came up with this stuff, and I'm just push it.
Spread the word. I just said spread the word.
And even the self-esteem part that you were mentioning before, like the alpha male, a lot of people put a negative connotation to that, like alpha male, like they think of like this wolf, or they think about this person just beating their chest like a caveman.
It's not about that. It's not about that.
No, you mentioned the confidence part, the confidence to be an alpha male without being a jerk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, to maneuver a way around the drink. But girls are not like assholes for like maneuvering their way to get a drink. No, that's cunning. That's swift. That's freaking
economical.
Economical. It's clever. I saw that video. That woman that actually literally every lunch that she has, dinner, every meal that she has is paid for by date. As a matter of fact, one of my friends dated her.
Wow.
Like, funny enough, my friend Paul, he dated her for a while. As a matter of fact, he went through some shit with her.
I'm sure he
aside
did.
From that, but it's hilarious. Right after he went through all that shit, he saw her on the news with that shit.
Jeez.
Yeah, he was like,
wow.
She would. He would. The funny thing is, when they were dating, she was the sugar mama. That's the funny thing.
Wow.
So I was like, this Paul, man, you made her go broke, man.
Basically,
you made her go crazy.
Right?
Damn it, Paul. So
I'm
many
not spending motherfuckers ever again.
So many men's wallets are just indebted to you, Paul, because you just ruined them. You ruined them, Paul.
For all of us, man. But again, I don't want to be the last word on your brand. Again, thank you for bringing that out there. If there's anything else you want to say about like what you're working on and what you feel passionate about, and even if you're not working on it, what do you want to work on? Like, what is something like ambitions? Like, where do you see yourself? Like, I don't want to be like cliche and be like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? In the content game, like me personally, there's a bunch of goals in media that I want to ask. Like, one of them is like directing. You know what I'm saying? Not even just music videos, like motion picture, like something short, whatever, something like that. where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself in the director's chair? Do you see yourself somewhere else in the media spectrum?
100%. So definitely me and Elvis Not President are working on like 10 different movies at the same time. That's the thing about me. We don't work on like one thing at a time. I'm doing like 5-10 things at the same time on purpose. Man. I love it. I got two whiteboards, one big one for the big goals and one for the daily goals, and I just wipe those motherfuckers off. Every time that I finish something, I wipe them off. So just working on like, we want to make like sci-fi, like short sci-fi movies and things like that nature. Like,
I got an idea for a sci-fi movie.
Yes, you got my DM, motherfucker. Let's get it.
We got to work with you more, Ricky, for real. Not just as a guest, man. We would love to have you when your book comes out too. Anything you're promoting, man. You're a great personality. You're a great brand. We enjoyed you while we were going to school together and shit like that. And I was on a panel with Ricky a couple times actually. Yes, and to be honest, man, I had a pretty good crowd. But Ricky, man, you always had a good crowd. You always had people with good questions because, again, you have a great brand. Like everybody, I can ask you questions all day, man, because like you're an interesting person, and you're like. We're like semi-famous right now. You're not even fully famous yet.
I'm not famous at all.
We're gonna have to like call your agent on the show. And we're like, yo.
I'm gonna give you guys a hot dial number. You know, you just.
But again, man, we're a little bit behind you on the content creation, but we would love to work with you, man. Definitely, man. We love to do all the same things you're doing, man.
That's why I'm here.
Cool. So. Before we go, please tell us where to find you. All the projects you're working on, everything. Where can we find anywhere you want us to find you?
Pour yourself out. This is the time.
Anything with witness protection, don't worry about it. We got you.
Got you. So definitely visit the YouTube channel. That's number one thing that I'm really working on. It's Purple Pill Lifestyle. All spelled correctly. No Z's, no E's, no threes, none of that bullshit.
No bugs, no thugs. We got that.
Chinese language.
No, it's all English. Purple Pill Lifestyle. Simple.
Nice.
And if you want to use me to consult, and you want to talk to me or whatever, right now you can go to my Instagram at Future Ricky, FUTURE Ricky, RICKY, right? Whatever.
All English. Like it's supposed to. Right.
I will have my website set up so that way when you can just click, you can just send me an email, and we can do a Zoom call consultation for an hour. Of course, everything's for a fee, but no big deal. Yeah, you can find me there.
I have to start doing it. No, I've been whoring myself out. So you just reminded me I have to start like charging people too.
You got to. The website costs money. Everything costs money.
Everything. I know. I have to stop being such a pussy. Yes, you have a Twitter with the same name, right?
I do have a Twitter. It's at Future Ricky 1. That's private right now, so I might accept or not. We'll see. We'll see where that goes.
Depends on how you feel. All the hot chicks, maybe.
Yeah, I guess because there's a lot of things going on with the Twitter world right now. I'm trying to stay away from right now. So, but we're gonna get into it. Don't worry about it. But Future Ricky on Instagram, Purple Pill Lifestyle on YouTube. That's it.
We want everybody to check out everything that you're doing, man. All right, cool. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. So, like always, you can catch us on Twitter on Keep Up NY. You can catch us on Twitch, which is Keep Up NYC. We also have Instagram is Keep Up NYC. That's where most of our original content comes from. Then we have our Patreon, which is pretty barren right now. But again, we're trying to monetize just like Ricky, but we're just too lazy. But we'll get it done. We'll get it done soon. Facebook is our Keep Up Shut Up. And then we have my personal page, everything that you want to see. It doesn't matter if it's the IRS. If you're trying to check my taxes, just type in stillvinsane. If you want to check out anybody, my baby mothers, one might actually be in Belarus. She might even be in Chernobyl. If she's burnt up, it wasn't me. So then we got one of our colleagues. We got John. He's a little bit. He's not active on the Twitch anymore. But you can still catch him out on John of All Trades or Sammy and John. Again, they have a Halloween video where they went to a psychiatric hospital, I believe, in Pennsylvania. And then Harry, we got our producer and our co-host. He is Pokemon Stoner. And you can catch him on all of our channels. And you can catch him PKMN Stoner. And once again, Future Ricky. FUTURE Ricky, just like Ricky Henderson, like all more Rick and Morty, all that good shit. Ricky's the man. He's the man, and we thank him so much for coming on the show. We tried to schedule this a few weeks ago, and we fumbled it, but we're so happy that he forgave us, and now he's on the show.
Better late than never, right?
Big facts.
Yes, that was a beautiful episode. Again, thank you so much, Ricky. We're gonna close out. You better shut the fuck up, listen up, and keep up with Stillvinsane, Future Ricky, Pokemon Stoner.
Over and out, homies.